Lake Tahoe, known for its crystal clear waters, stunning vistas, and granite sand beaches, is a global travel destination with a local travel problem. Each year, visitors collectively spend around 15 million days recreating in the Lake Tahoe Basin, and nearly 56,000 residents travel Lake Tahoe's roads every day. Increasing car traffic around the lake impacts everything from air and water quality to wildlife habitats, as well as increases in traffic congestion, road danger, and travel times for all road users. Transportation accounts for the largest share of greenhouse gas emissions in the U.S. at 28%, with passenger vehicles and light-duty trucks accounting for the majority of all transportation emissions at 59%. And the warming climate isn't helping the problem. Recent research from doctoral student Tianwen Hui.
Hi, my name is Tianwen Hui.
And Professor Scott Kelly.
Scott Kelly, Associate Professor in the Department of Geography here at the University of Nevada, Reno,
showed a correlation between hotter summer days in the greater Sacramento area and increased traffic congestion around Lake Tahoe.
Our study finds a very clear correlation between the higher temperature and the increased visitation, increased traffic volume, especially from some highway entrance points.
We see the impacts of transportation in terms of congestion, in terms of feeling unsafe on the roads, whether you're in a car or walking or on a bike. And also for those that live up there or travel up there, it gets hard when there's cars everywhere. It's hard to travel. It feels frustrating.
We think that our study can help provide policymakers with insight to take actions that can maybe mitigate the impact of higher temperatures, climate change, and help improve the general experience, travel experience around Lake Tahoe.
One proposed solution to Lake Tahoe's transportation problem: provide alternatives to traveling by car. The Tahoe Regional Planning Agency recently released its 2024 Active Transportation Plan, which outlines a complete network of bicycle, scooter, and pedestrian trails to get visitors and locals alike around the lake without gassing or charging up their cars. This is Ryan Murray.
My name is Ryan Murray, and I'm a transportation planner with the Tahoe Regional Planning Agency.
And his dog, Ellie.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So a brief overview of the 2024 Active Transportation Plan for the Tahoe Basin is a heavy focus on making the on-street network lower stress. That's to make the on-street network more friendly to bicyclists and pedestrians who are trying to get about the Tahoe Basin. Another major component of the plan is supporting our shared use trail network that goes around, or that is attempting to go around the entire lake.
84% of Lake Tahoe residents surveyed by TRPA primarily travel by car, but 58% of residents said they would prefer to travel by foot, bike, or public transit. With safe ways to bike to school, work, and the grocery store, Lake Tahoe could shift its residents' primary mode of transportation to sustainable sources. Critical to this new plan is building pathways that people will want to use. There are many types of bicycle infrastructure around Lake Tahoe, including painted bike lanes, shared roads, and protected pathways separated from cars. Research has repeatedly shown that to get people out of their cars and on their bikes, they need to feel safe.
When you reduce the stress of the roadway, you can encourage more people to walk or bike. We don't have a vast roadway network. We have the streets that we do that go around the lake, and other than that, they become pretty residential after that. So the unique challenge to Tahoe is to how to implement these bicycle and pedestrian facilities alongside our interstate and freeway network that sort of circles the lake, and finding that perfect balance between reducing the stress of those highways and state routes while ensuring that bicycle and pedestrians feel safe traversing the region.
There are 4 types of bicyclists Lake Tahoe must keep in mind. The strong and fearless rider is willing to ride a bicycle on any roadway, regardless of traffic conditions. According to the 2023 Tahoe Transportation Survey, the strong and fearless made up 39% of respondents. Next, there are the enthused and confident riders, who are confident in most roadways, but who'd prefer safer, protected routes. These riders make up 35% of Tahoe residents. Then there are the interested but concerned group, making up another 25% of potential bike commuters in Tahoe. These folks might want to ride their bikes more, but don't feel safe riding unless on a protected pathway separated from cars or on low-traffic neighborhood streets. The smallest group, at just 2.4%, simply are not interested in bicycling, may be physically unable, or don't know how to ride a bicycle. With safer, protected lanes to get around Lake Tahoe, nearly 100% of regional road users might opt to hop on a bike instead of getting in their car more of the time. The safer the bike lanes, the fewer cars Lake Tahoe will see on the road.
Infrastructure matters a lot, and that's particularly true for people that want to ride bicycles. Giving bicyclists a dedicated space on that roadway is essential to sort of a shared understanding of how to use that road, but also for safety. Over and over and over again, we see a decent chunk of the population, kind of depends where you're at, but for the most part, right, we're talking maybe half the population in a city that indicates, at least through stated preference surveys, they'd be willing to bike more. But what's the number one barrier? Safety.
It is sometimes assumed that increased bike lanes will mean more congestion on the road. However, multiple studies from across the U.S. conducted in a variety of environments conclude over and over again that safe and separated bike infrastructure leads to, you guessed it, less traffic congestion.
Better infrastructure, more of it for bikes, for people to walk and feel safe. Those things all do help this sort of broad goal of mitigating the reliance on the automobile.
Lake Tahoe has long been known as a leader in environmental policy and management. This new active transportation plan provides a roadmap or a bike map for locations around the world hoping to limit their environmental impact while enhancing their communities and supporting thriving tourist industries.